Dissuaded by Incitement. I lost all of my family when I was a kid. I was 12 years old, and we were returning from a camping trip. My dad fell asleep and drove the side of our car against a light post. My sister was gone almost instantaneously. My dad was in a coma for the rest of his life. Me and my mom were left alone to grieve and to take care of him. In a way, my mom died in the accident too. She was never the same. She became bitter and controlling. She resented me for what happened. I slowly became a socially isolated person. I wasn't interested in friends, nor was I interested in things. I became depressed, and I was over my own life before it had even started. Both my mother and I had lives of our own. I took over my dad's help and care. She took over the pill cabinet. A few days after Christmas, when I was 16, I heard a loud thud that shook our house. I hadn't seen my mom since Christmas, and I was worried something might have happened to her, so I came down from my cave to check on her. She had been hanging from the fan for 2 days, until the thing gave out, bringing her, the fan, and a chunk of the ceiling, banging down to the floor. Social services took me, and my dad was admitted to a facility run by retired nurses and nuns. He died the winter I was turning 19, and I was ready to check myself out, and I thought to myself, there is no better way than doing it how she did it. I ordered a rope online. I didn't have enough will to live to walk outside and get it myself. Hangman's noose, it's called. After a few YouTube tutorials, I was ready, but my hands had other plans. I was shaking so much that I couldn't get the noose to work. I thought that anxiolytics would help me calm down, so I had to leave the house I was living on at that time. When I came back, I couldn't find the rope anywhere. I had left it on top of the fridge, so there was no chance I lost it or misplaced it. I felt like crying. I was sure it was my mom warning me to stay away from that rope. Although it made me reflect, I was still moving forward with my plans. I walked in my room to a perfectly tied noose, laying on my bed like a present. I realized then that this had nothing to do with the dead. Something inhuman wanted me to die. It wanted me for itself. Something that was smart enough to understand incitement. I don't go a day without reliving the feeling of being hunted, of being enclosed by walls of hunger, dissuaded by incitement.